All right, first time on the ice with the Fuse skates. Feeling good. Get a feel for the tongue here. These have that power coil tongue, so there's gonna be more bounce back, definitely more of a rigid tongue. Feels good. How's the heel? Heel feels locked. First touch on the ice, they're feeling good, honestly. I think we gotta step it up a notch. Should we do some real skating? Okay, let's do it. All right, the all new Bauer Supreme Fuse. I've been really excited to try this skate on the ice and we finally got to do it. I'm gonna give you my first impressions, but let's go over the looks first. Honestly, really cool looking skate. At first, when I saw this electric teal in photos, I was like, wow, that's gonna be really bright and flashy, but honestly, it's pretty subdued in person. It's just one flash of this electric teal on both sides. You see it a bit on the tongue and a bit on the heel, and I think it's the perfect amount of color on this skate. It looks really good. Of course, mostly black with that kind of carbon checker, and then a carryover from the Flylight, at least color scheme-wise. We've got the gray tendon guard with a bit of gray on the heel, so overall kind of monochrome, black and gray with flashes of electric teal, and I think it looks sick. Just to give you guys some insight on the shape of my foot so you can compare yours and see how this skate would fit on you. I have a pretty standard shaped foot. Like I said, size 8, fit 2, regular fit. I have no spurs. My foot's not too wide, not too narrow. One thing about my foot, I have a pretty high arch, and transitioning that into the fit of the skate, this skate fit me perfectly right after the heat mold, right out of the box. No pain whatsoever while I was skating on the ice, which is good. So size 8, fit 2, my standard size. I didn't have to size up, I didn't have to size down, so that's always a plus. Let's take a look at the heel because that's a big point of contention when it comes to a new pair of skates, and this heel had me locked in the whole time. I actually love Bauer's liners, so they've got some upgraded liners this year, but the material that's on the bottom down here, you can't really see it on camera, but there's a material that goes around the bottom area. It's probably around there in the heel. Actually has a ton of grip just in the fabric alone, and it really locks your foot in. Ty actually mentioned that because he was skating in Bauer skates before and he really liked that too. So we love that material, really locks in your foot, and the overall shape hugged my heel nicely. No heel wiggle, no pains. That was good in my opinion. And even though I have high arches, I was skating on the stock Bauer insole. No issues there, so that's a big plus. My arches are pretty high. You would think I might need a super feet or something like that, but in this skate, no, we were all good. Now we gotta go talk about the toe on this skate because the previous model Shadow skate had a very unique toe. It kind of went up over this eyelet. The idea behind that was to have the toe cap integrated better into the skate, and they've updated that here, giving it a more traditional look. We're gaining that regular eyelet back, but this toe cap is still integrated into the skate nicely. This is the X Fuse toe, so it's got X-shaped wings that kind of go into the skate underneath the skin so you can't see it, and the toe cap overall was really comfortable, so I think that's a big upgrade from this skate compared to the Shadow. Now we got to talk about the tongue and the overall forward flexion on this skate. I was in a Flylight before this, so tons of forward flexion on this skate, and the Fuse does things a little bit differently. Like I was saying, traditional eyelets, which is really nice to see. I know a lot of players love these old school style eyelets. Now up here, these top eyelets are gonna flex, so you still will get some really great forward flexion, but overall a more kind of rigid design than those Flylights that has the notches cut into those injected eyelets. And then the tongue, we've got the power coil tongue, which has been a popular tongue amongst the Supreme line recently. So this tongue actually has some really great recoil to it. So when you're flexing the tongue forward, it's got some great bounce back, as you guys can see. And that's definitely something I noticed on the ice. Switching from a Flylight skate, it was a bit to get used to. I'm used to kind of being able to lean forward as much as I want. This one does let you lean forward. Like I said, it's got that flexion, but it has kind of a stopping point where it's gonna bounce back on you. And that actually feels really nice while you're skating. It gives you some nice power in your stride, but definitely a personal preference thing. So maybe you're a Flylight person that loves really leaning forward on your skates, getting forward, getting aggressive, or maybe you're somebody that likes a bit more support. You know, they like that kind of bounce back. They like the skate to provide some power in their stride. So personal preference thing. Definitely try both and see what you like the best. I do like this power coil tongue though. It feels good. I'm actually a really big fan of felt tongues. One, they look sick. Nice white contrast. And then I also love just the grip it provides on your sock under the skate. This tongue feels really locked in on your foot. It doesn't move at all while you're skating, and it's kind of just a nice comfortable thing knowing that your skate's really locked onto your foot from the tongue all the way down to the liner. So I'm a big fan of felt tongues. Plus, if you're a flop guy, I'm not. You're not gonna get the full tech of the tongue that way, but if you're a flop guy, the felt tongue definitely looks the coolest. Insert photo of Pasternak here. So felt tongue, big plus in my book. All right, so taking a look at the tendon guard, gray like you see on the Flylight skates, but pretty different tendon guard overall. It's actually pretty substantial in size. It's got that kind of Cobra look to it. It looks really cool, but it's nice and thin and it's got a really great shape to it. So although it's big, it kind of curves away from your tendon guard in the right spots, and it's got these notches. So although it's big and it's back there, it's gonna get out of your way when you need it to. I was a big fan of the tendon guard, no problems when it came to that. Moving down to the bottom of the skate, a new feature on the Fuse is the forged carbon outsole. For one, it looks really cool. Forged carbon has a sick look to it, but this is designed to be kind of like a push plate under your foot, pushing that blade into the ice, and it felt good. Definitely a cool upgrade in my opinion. And then classic power fly holders. We saw them on the Flylight with the Fly TI steel. Nothing to complain about there. We still got that same trigger. Just pull it, steel's out. You're ready to rock if you need to change your blades. Overall, I'm definitely a fan of Bauer's power fly holders. All right, final thoughts on the Fuse. One, they look great. You guys let me know your thoughts, but I think the teal is a really cool touch. San Jose Sharks are on the rise, so I'm kind of digging the teal recently. I think they look good. Overall fit and comfort, these were super comfortable on my foot. I honestly have nothing to complain about. I was looking for things to nitpick to give you guys my honest feelings, but that's just it. They were comfortable. I don't really have anything to complain about. A couple things to get used to. Obviously, power coil tongue, a bit less forward flexion than my Flylights, but overall great feel. And one thing I actually forgot to touch on earlier on, the Supreme line is lower cut than the Flylights, so I did notice I was able to get really low on my tight turns. Great ankle mobility in this skate, so that's something to look for. If you like lower cut skates, the Fuse might be the one for you. Overall, I think I'm a big fan of the Fuse skates. I'm excited to get these out on the ice a little bit more, really break them in and see how they go.